Here at the Moxy movement. Thank you for joining me today. This is going to be a very helpful tip for today that's going to keep your shoulders and arms safe and healthy, but also keep you efficient in your movement. We're going to talk about the bracket hold today. Now, this is something that is very frequently used in pole dancing, and it's something that different people have different opinions on, but this is something that I'm very particular about. What is a bracket grip? You'll see it with our bottom arm down. One arm is going to be up top. There's lots of different shapes that we can do within this. Now, some fundamental things I want you to consider. First, what is your starting point? I want you to consider shoulders up, back, and anchored down. This is your starting point. Very different than this. So anchoring those shoulders down, our shoulders must maintain integrity. So as we set up for this, we're going to find that starting position first. From there, my second thing is going to take one arm up and one arm down. Now, our top arm, whichever one we do, we want to try to maintain this integrity in our shoulders, and we're also being a triangle with the pole. So you can see my shoulders, I'm in that nice triangle with the pole. I'm not out here, I'm not rotated here, I'm square to the pole. Now, I'm going to take one arm up. That arm sometimes can be bent. It depends on what we're actually doing. But for the straight arm bracket grip, I'm going to have that elbow up high. Again, not raising or rotating those shoulders to get it up. So 1, 2, I want you to imagine this arm is a tension cable. Tension cables do not bend. We're not going to bend for this one. We're going to anchor the shoulders and let our weight just be suspended from this arm. Now our other arm is going to do a lot of the supporting as well. Between the two arms, we're going to have a nice wide triangle. Once you're here and you're in integrity in those shoulders, take your other arm and take palm forward. Now notice how that takes my elbow pit facing the pole now. So I'm here. Very important setup on this bottom arm, and this is where a lot of people miss the boat. I recommend opening up that palm, getting full skin contact around the palm. You're going to wrap those 3 fingers and the thumb. The index finger stays pointed down. Now, your foundation in any movement is the foundation that's closest to the earth. That is the main catching point for our body and gravity. This index finger is our bottom anchor point, okay? And some people will want to wrap this. Some people will want to wrap that. The problem is with that is it messes with the integrity in your elbow and then the integrity in your shoulder. So I'm going to take my palm away. Notice the elbow pit should be facing the pole. The elbow pit has that little crease, it's smiling at the pole. If I rotate that out and I hyperextend, you see how I can straight, and now my elbow pit is facing out. That's hyperextension, that's incorrect, that can hurt you, and that can also go up and compromise the shoulder. So once you're setting that up in integrity, palm, connect, wrap, fingers, index finger down. Now it's a slight micro bend in the elbow to keep it facing the pole. I'm not going to overly bend it. This is another thing where, is this it? Is this it? And you kind of push into your gut. No, that's not it. We want to keep that integrity pushing down. Stacked elbow, do not hyperextend, it's a micro bend, right? If we're new to this, it's kind of intense on this arm. This was really uncomfortable for my wrist when I first started learning this. So if you're feeling any discomfort, just be patient with it and take your time. We want to make sure we're building up and understanding this alignment first before we go up and we're doing it on the pole, between or into or out of moves. So we're going to find that integrity in the arms. Make sure that index finger stays down. We don't want to wrap it because that's going to rotate. So stay down. From here, you're going to walk those toes. I don't know if you can see my toes. I'm walking them close to the base. I'm going to lift one up at a time, pulling my knee to shoulder at a time. So it's really just a weight shift. From there, I'm going to bend my knees and see if I can airborne. Lift. Now, a couple of things. If you're collapsing, if you're rotating, if you're doing any of these things, back it up, maintain that integrity. We also want to make sure we're not arched. We're going to round it in, keep a nice hollow position here. shoulders stay down. Now, people will argue, they say, move your finger and wrap your finger if you want your hand to slide. But I don't recommend that because, again, the aforementioned reasons of this compromising line. So how do we get it to slide? Well, if you're anchored in this way, it's not so much a push down or a grab down with the finger. I want you to think lift the finger. Lift the finger. You can slightly open up. You don't have to actually open up your hand. But if you just lift a little bit, it's pushing into the palm, and it's not the fingers anyways, it's the palm that's holding us. If we maintain that integrity and lift, that's going to allow you to slide that down safely and gently, and you can always, re-grab and stop that slide. But if you're doing this wrapping, you're going to get So, if I see you wrapping that finger, I'm going to point it out to you. I'm very, very particular. I promise you this is worth paying attention to, this detail. This is going to make it look easy and effortless and keep those shoulders in integrity. You don't have to worry about injuring your forearms or your elbows or your shoulders as you do this in integrity. And it makes everything way more efficient, way more easy. That's definitely what we want. So give it a shot. Best of luck, and I'll see you next time.